And welcome back to Danganronpa. And we are in the middle of investigation mode. So we're going to figure out exactly who this person is. Like right now. If I check the body more thoroughly, maybe then I'll find out for sure if it's Kyoko or not. Huh? There's something weird on the body's fingernails. There's something weird about the body's fingernails. Oh, these are fake nails. They're really long. Lead press on nails. They seem like they get in the way of normal activity. There's also something on the back of her hand. There's also something on the back of her right hand. Is this a tattoo? It got burnt, so I can't make out the whole thing, but it looks like a picture of a dog or something. I've never seen anything like it before. Which looks like a wolf. The white jacket the victim was wearing got totally burnt up. There's only one little piece left. The upper half of the body got set on fire in an explosion, so it's totally blackened. Also, the top half of the body's wet. That's because it got set on fire and I threw water on it. Since I only threw water on the part that was on fire, the top half, the bottom half is still dry. In other words, there's nothing strange about the top half being wet. There isn't, right? Yeah, let's step away from that body, please. Now, about this rock. I didn't want to check the body in. I want to check this rock here. These look like fragments or something. They're all burnt, so I can't really be sure, but I feel like I've seen something like this, like it before. But when? Wait, was it there? I'll have to double check that later. And of course, that knife. There's a knife laying on the ground. Is this? It must be the knife that was struck in the body before it exploded. The force of the explosion must have thrown it over here. The Monokuma file said the knife went all the way through the body from front to back. Does that mean this knife is what caused the fatal injury? Either way, this knife, it looks really familiar. It was the one he held in the room. Wait, is this? That's it! It's the knife that person was holding! This is getting really weird. They're just Too many strange coincidences. Whoever the person in the mask was that attacked me last night, they were holding that knife. And that same knife was used to stab that same masked attacker we found here. So maybe this person got stabbed because when they attacked, I was in a trance. When they attacked, I was in a kind of trance. Maybe I reacted by grabbing the knife. And maybe then I... And if this really is Kyoko, it would mean Kyoko is the one that attacked me. But why the mask? I just don't know. I don't remember anything clearly from last night. No, it can't be. There's no way. About that chicken coop. I remember there were some chickens in the chicken coop. I count 4. 4? What's going on, Makoto? I'm glad you're here. Listen, do you remember how many chickens there were in here? Of course! There were precisely 5! Yeah, right? Huh? Yeah, what's wrong? There are only 4 chickens here now. We're 1 short. Oh? That's so weird. I wonder when it disappeared. I was down here just before nighttime last night, and there were definitely 5 chickens in. But what are we gonna do? Going from 5 to 4 is gonna have an impact on the structure of the world. It's like a jigsaw puzzle. Even if a single piece disappears, the entire world will remain unfinished. That's true. I did my best to ignore Hero and focus on the problem at hand. Why did one of the chickens disappear? Could it be related to the case? That missing chicken. And then there's also the tool shed. Just be sure I should take a look at the tool shed. This room is dusty and disorganized. In other words, a pretty stereotypical tool shed. Is this tarp? Wait, there was a tarp in here before? I should probably look into that. It could be related to the case. There's one more here. But! Found the coin. About that tarp. The top's wet, covered with mud and grime, but the underside is totally clean and completely dry. One side of that tarp is wet and dirty. Something about that bothers me. That's the one thing in here that concerns me. Hey, Kaiba. Good thing, Makoto. I wanted to talk to you. You want to what now? What do you want to talk about? I'd like to hear your alibi. Alibi? Correct. I'd love to hear where you were after nighttime began last night. Well, I was sick, so I was asleep all night. Why are you asking about that now? And what's nighttime got to do with it? Isn't it obvious? This murder took place after nighttime. How can you know that for sure? Because just after nighttime began, I came to the garden. I was going around looking for everyone so I could tell them about Monokuma. Hiro's been spending most of his time in the garden the last few days, so I figured he'd be here. And I can confirm that when I arrived last night, there was nobody here. So the murder could have only taken place at some point during nighttime after I left the garden. However, Toko, Hiro, Hina, and I were in the gym together the entire night last night. What? Once I found Hiro in the garden, we immediately went to Toko and Hina's rooms to get them. At that point, we all went to the gym and began dismantling Monokuma. As a precaution, we made sure not to go anywhere alone. We even went to the bathroom in pairs. In other words, all four of us have airtight alibis. The only one who don't have alibis are me and Kyoko. And if the victim really is Kyoko, then I'm the only one without an alibi. So when we went to get Hina and Toko, we stopped by your room as well. But you never came to the door, so where precisely were you? I'm telling the truth. I was in my room, but I was so dead asleep I had a fever, so... That's hardly an alibi. I know. So, what's now? You seem to be at quite the disadvantage here. I'm the only one without an alibi. That's really bad, isn't it? Donut! I said Makoto. Do you remember how the body looked? Before it blew up? If I remember right? He was wearing some kind of mask and a big white coat. Also, there was a knife sticking out of the stomach, and the area around it was stained with blood. Apparently, the wound had stopped bleeding, but the blood on the body was still wet. Byakuya said not to touch it to avoid getting all bloody. But for how much blood there was on the body, I didn't see any on the ground around it.
Oh, that was a big help. Now that you explained it, I totally remember how it looked.
Well, having to talk about it like that helped me remember a lot better, too. So thank you, too. Hiro. It's 11 o'clock right now. Okay, and? Oh, well, I was just thinking about when we first rounded the body. When the body was found, huh? I should look back at what I did this morning to help me remember when that was. Monokuma's announcement woke me up at 7 o'clock, as usual, and I headed for the dining hall pretty soon. Once I got there, I met up with Hina. That was right around 7:30. Then I headed to the gym where everyone else was waiting. The next Toko went to go get the pickups, and that's when she found the body. What time was it? And now then, Toko, what time is it? When we left the gym, it was just before 9 o'clock, so it's probably 9 on the dot now. That's right. It had to have been right around 9 o'clock. Ah, now that you mention it, I think you're right. So I think we can say for sure that the body was found at 9 a.m. Okay, my job's done. That's a pretty small count. This is the panel that controls the sprinklers. They're set to turn on at 7:30 every morning, and Monokuma said the time positively couldn't be changed. Move on. So the sprinklers turn on at 7:30 each morning, right? Then if the body was here before then, the sprinklers should have gotten it wet. Which would mean the murder must have taken place right before then. I think I checked everything I need to in this area, but I'm not done yet. There are other areas I need to check. Specifically that fragment I found before. There's somewhere I need to go in order to confirm my suspicions. I still need to find out more about Kyoko. Is that corpse really Kyoko? If that's true, is that also Kyoko who attacked me last night? If I can find out more about her, maybe I can answer that question. Kyoko was never the kind of person to talk about herself all that much. Maybe if I can get into her room, I'll be able to find out more. The key to her room. I will simply limit your options. I can't allow you to engage in any further suspicious activity. Limit my options. Give me the key to your room. I don't have a choice. I have to see if he'll let me borrow her room key. Hey, Byakuya. If you don't come up with an alibi, I'd be happy to hear it later at the class trial. Oh no, it's not about that. You have the key to Kyoko's room, right? I was hoping I could borrow it. I'm afraid I can't take that risk. You're the prime suspect, after all. Of course, if I were to go with you, that would be a different story. Then will you go with me? Sorry, I have my own agenda to take care of. Find me again later and we'll see. Depending on my mood, I may go with you, or I may not. Come back later, huh? Okay, then in the meantime, I should look around somewhere else. Maybe I should check out that one area. Which means I would have to go to the downstairs to the gym. I do like the remix of this piece though. Let's see, There. That's where we have to go to. Monokuma's laying dismantled on the floor, but I figured it wouldn't be here. I just found something. What is it? It's...
Huh?
It's what? A bomb. There's one installed in every Monokuma robot, I'm sure. And that bomb went missing. There's no doubt about it. The fragments I found in the garden was the bomb. I should head back to the garden and ask Byakuya. You think you can go soon, Byakuya? You wanted to check out Kyoko's room, right? Very well, let's go. Wait for me! Byakuya went up with a second glance, and I hurried after him on the way to the dorms. I don't know why it's so choppy, but... Well then, here we go. Byakuya took out the key and slid into the keyhole, and then... And it's open. Looks like it, thanks. So this is Kyoko's room. There's something on the table. It's a woodblock decoration. What's that? What purpose does it serve? I think it's probably a key. The lockers at those really traditional public bathhouses use them for their lockers. I wouldn't know. I've never gone to a public bathhouse. That doesn't really surprise me. It's hard to picture Byakuya doing something like that. But if it is a key, I think I might know what it unlocks. Really? What? Unless I'm mistaken. I'm pretty sure I saw something in the dojo that this might go to. Dojo? Here's her bed. I don't see anything interesting here. At least not as far as the case is concerned. Here's the bathroom. She might have certain articles hanging out to dry. I better not look inside. You wanted to come here, right? So what is it you're looking for? Nothing in particular. I thought we might find some kind of clue here. A clue that might help us understand Kyoko. You can't be serious. That's why you make me take time out of my search to come here. Sorry. Regardless, if you plan on poking around at random, you're doomed no matter how much time you take. Surely you have something more concrete, something to give us some sort of direction here. More concrete. Oh, I know. Earlier, Kyoko gave me something. What's this? Consider it a symbol of my determination. Don't open it yet. Only open it if something ever happens to me. I'm sure I have seen it. Ah, found it! What's in the envelope? Kyoko gave it to me. She said if something ever happened, I should open it. Something has certainly happened. So open it. Okay. I opened the envelope and looked inside. Inside was a single piece of paper. Under the sheets. That's all that was in there? Yeah, it looks like it. Under the sheets. What could it be? Check the bed. But could something be hidden under the bed sheets? Part of me didn't expect to find anything, but as I lifted up the sheets. What's this? I found up a crumpled piece of paper. Class number 78 student registry. Ikusaba Mukuro. It appears to be Ikusaba Mukuro's profile. Yeah, looks like it. It's probably everything Kyoko stole when she snuck into the headmaster's room along with the key. God, you're annoying! Fine, I'll tell you! Fine, I'll tell you! It was a key and... That was it! That's it! That must be the blank that Makoto was talking about. Kyoko said a death without meaning was unappealing. And this is what she left behind. I don't have the time for your sentimental indulgences. Hurry up and finish your search. Okay. I made an effort to pull myself together and look down at the profile sheet. Name, Mukuro Ikusaba. Sex, female. The ultimate soldier. Although small for her age, she was a military specialist trained in every weapon type imaginable. Oh god. She's 006. Albert Heinrich. Or she might be Tanya the Evil. Or she might be Ruri from Nadeshiko. She showed an interest in the military from childhood and soon found her completely absorbed in it. In elementary school, she won a survival game tournament and began writing for military magazines. Just before entering middle school, while she and her family were on vacation in Europe, she disappeared. The story of a young Japanese girl being kidnapped quickly took over Japanese media outlets. An intense international investigation turned up no information, and she was never found. However, she reappeared in Japan 3 years later, alone and completely unannounced. She revealed that she had joined a mercenary group known as Fenrir for those 3 years. She insisted that she hadn't been kidnapped, and she received battle training of her own volition. However, she never revealed why she decided to return home when she did. ultimate soldier, a mercenary group. It doesn't feel real. The world I grew up in, it's like a totally different dimension. It's like one's nonfiction and the other's sci-fi. And there's no way to even compare the two. That's how different this is. That was how I saw things just as an ordinary person, but then I never imagined I would hear the name Fenrir in a place like this. You recognize it? The Fenrir Mercenary Corps is a collection of battle-crazed warmongers. But they do have their uses, and they always get the job done. That's worth remembering. Oh god. It's MD Geist! This is all part of a world totally removed from the one I live in. I have to say, I'm intrigued. Every rumor I've heard says that Fenrir is already... Whoa! I feel like our hero's becoming a big player, and a big player is becoming our hero. That's you! What have you got in your pretty little hand there? Oh, you found a profile? So what do we do? Don't forget on me. I'm not gonna hold against anything. Oh, sorry. Don't freak out on me. I'm not gonna hold it against you or anything. And in case if you're wondering, I don't hold it against Kyoko either, even though she's stolen and hid it. After all, there's no rule against stealing, is there? But who I can't forgive is Miss Okami, who broke the rules and busted into the headmaster's room. Maybe I'll drag her corpse out here and slice it up and devour it. Because I'm omnivorous, you know? Rule violations really so unforgivable. You're quite adamant about those regulations of yours. Of course I am! A proper school life is built on the dedication to organization and order. Which is why even I, as the school headmaster, have to follow the regulations myself! Oh? So you're saying you have to follow your own rules as well? Absolutely, I can't have you complaining about how unfair it is. Absolutely, I can't have you complaining about how unfair it all is, now can I? In fact, on the subject of fairness, would you like to know something interesting? Interesting. It's about the one writing all the rules. They're actually one of the participants in this killing game. I don't think I ever actually told you how many participants there actually were, did I? I've already counted, there's 16. I was thinking I should probably clarify that. When you first got together in the main hallway back when, there were 50 people there, right? I think that first meeting may have led to a little misunderstanding among you all. Misunderstanding. Are you saying... That's right! There were actually 15 of you. The total number of students taking part in this killing game was actually 16! 16, then...
Ikusaba Mukuro. この学園に潜む16人目の高校生。超高校級の絶望と呼ばれる女子高校生。
So remember all those times when, back in chapter 4, well, when I wrote down in my description the survivors remaining, and I counted 7, I'm still right. There are 7. Because during the break, I read up on who was still alive. Physically, there are 6. But yet, there's that one that nobody knows about. Just the name, but nobody knows who that person was. So in total, we have 7. Only 9 were taken out, and only 7 still remains.
Ikusaba Mukuroに気をつけて。
The 16th student, Ikusaba Mukuro. She's part of the school life. So the one making all the regulations is... Why?
Huh?
Did you say something? Why are you telling us this? Oh, well, because... Like I told you, this killer game is desperately popular. You wouldn't believe the ratings! Okay, so Monokuma is, in truth, Damon Killian from The Running Man. And since we got so many viewers now, I want to make sure I was on the same page. I don't want to wake up to a hurricane of complaints and email, you know? Yeah, that's YouTube for you. Nothing but a hurricane of complaints and hate mail. Makes sense? Okay, that's all you get for now. Oh, actually, I do have some revenge to get, so I have an extra bonus for you. Revenge? I want to get back at that sneaky Miss Kitty Kitty, so I'm gonna share a little secret with you. Seriously. You know how she wears those stupid gloves day in, day out all the time? But don't tell anybody I told you, but... She wears them to cover a bunch of hideous scars that she doesn't want anyone to see. What? Okay, now that's all you get. Thank you, Monokuma. Dumbass. Kyoko wears those gloves to cover up a bunch of scars. Wait, so on the back of her hand... The tattoo. Wait, but... No. Monokuma specifically said they were scars, right? So that's why Kyoko wears those gloves, to hide the scars. Which means... those fake nails on the corpse. Are you thinking about Kyoko again? Huh? Forget about her. What matters right now is uncovering Monokuma's trap. His trap. God must have really hated you to make you so dull. Don't you remember what Monokuma just told us? He said there were 16 students here, right? Which means Mukuro was a student sorry. He said there were 16 students, right? Which means Mukuro was a student here. Obviously, Monokuma was trying to tell us that Mukuro is the one creating the rules to the game. But why would he tell us that? And why now? He said he wanted to make things clear so there wouldn't be any complaints. But the mere fact that he said that proves that Mukuro is connected to this case. That's why Monokuma revealed the existence of a 16th student. He needs to make our investigation fair. Mukuro is related to this case. Perhaps she's the one who killed Kyoko.
What? That would explain why we would have to have a class trial, wouldn't it? If she's a student and she kills someone, that would make her part of the school killing gang.
Mukuro is the killer. She killed her.
Anyone should be able to come to that conclusion, don't you think? In fact, that's exactly what I thought when the investigation first began.
なんだ
But based on what Monokuma just told us, I've changed my mind.
決まりだ
Ikusaba Mukuro isn't the culprit.
What makes you say that?
We thought Mukuro, the ultimate despair, was the mastermind's true identity. But if that's true, Monokuma's behavior makes no sense. Why would the mastermind go out of their way to reveal themselves to us?
That's a good point.
つまり
Mukuro giving us information that would raise questions about her would be bold to say the least. It makes more sense then to assume that Mukuro isn't the culprit.
So that's the trap. They want us to suspect Mukuro and come to the wrong conclusion.
That's what makes sense to me.
The way you say it definitely does seem possible. But if that's really true, and Mukuro isn't the killer, then who is?
Well, then I believe our work here is finished. Let's move on. I'm sure there are other places in need of investigation.
I should find out if that key and the dojo really are connected.
行くぞ
Well, are you coming?
Cutscene! It's a straw post used for sword practice. Did they use it for training here too? Nothing's catching my attention though. But I get a coin for it. There we go. There are wooden lockers here. They use wood block keys just like at those super traditional public houses. Looks like the key we found in Kyoko's room really does go to one of the lockers.
なるほどな
Makoto, do you see the locker farthest to the right?
妙だ
That's the one that doesn't have a key in it at the moment. You understand what that means, right?
I should probably use the key we found on that locker, right?
そう
Well, just try it!
Okay. I took out the wood block key and inserted it into the locker's metal lock, and the locker eagerly accepted the key and opened. There are arrows in here. Looks like 10 arrows in total.
They look like they're made of titanium. Which means they are quite strong despite how thin they are. Of course, without a bow, they're nothing but strong little sticks.
Strong sticks. Oh, there's something else in the locker. It's a wired up ball of duct tape. I wonder what this was used for. Is that a blood stain?
なるほど
If it is, that means it must surely be related to this case.
This duct tape is related to the case somehow. But how could it possibly be involved? Bloody duct tape. I think that's all the locker has to offer for now. Is something wrong?
妙だな
It's very odd, don't you think? The locker was hiding items that were clearly related to the case. But how did the key into the locker wind up in the victim's room.
なぜ
Or perhaps... Byakuya? Forget it. Come on, we need to continue on to the next location. Huh? What next location?
なんだ
There's something we still need to look into. We need to do more research on Fenrir. Fenrir? You mean the mercenary group that Mukuro was part of? But how are we to find out about that? Isn't it obvious? Where in the school would you go to do research on something? Research? Are you talking about the archive? That's right. The archive has all kinds of info that the general public doesn't have access to.
行くぞ
We have only so much time before the trial begins. Let's hurry. Cutscene to the max. It seems that Byakuya has the power of using the power to overwrite movement. Just to say, oh, here. He has the power of warp. He's like Elzum from Super Robot Tyson OG. The power to overwrite. I believe there was a fire related from Fenrir somewhere here. Byakuya seemed to know the archive like the back of his hand and went straight to a shelf in the back. Ah, here we go. He quickly returned with the file in hand. So what's it say?
なるほどな
You take a look at this. I have no idea what it says. What language is this? How did you make it all the way to our school without learning a single word of French? I am pretty sure most high schoolers can't speak French. Parlez-vous français? Well, whatever. I'll read it for you, but I expect you to repay your debt 100 times over. Oui, oui. 100 times over? Isn't that kind of extreme? Fenrir is an elite fighting unit based out of the Middle East. Unlike military contractors, they are a fierce group of soldiers who engage in direct combat. They sound like, Dankuga. They claim that a single member is equivalent to an entire company of regular soldiers. Sounds like Indigos. Just like Fenrir, the Wolf of Ragnarok, their mere presence is enough to strike fear into any enemy. Sound like Batman. And they have been, They have been involved in countless military battles and operations, most of which are highly classified. However, sometimes they completely cease all activity. At present, their continued existence cannot be confirmed. There are unconfirmed reports that the key members of the group were all neutralized. Rumors indicate they were killed to keep them from revealing the many state secrets they acquired. Much like, how ancient ninja were. Or shinobi, take your pick. Anyway, ancient ninja, like shinobi and kunoichi, they would basically commit seppuku sometimes in order to keep the secrets they had safe, so that no one else could learn of them. Not all ninja did that, but I'm pretty sure they had to do that to protect said secrets they were given, and sometimes they were top secret, so that even if they were captured by the enemy, that was like a fail-safe. Like, no matter what
if the order of death was an option, that, you know, technically, they take that secret to the grave with them. It's like Mission Impossible. You remember? Like, if for whatever reason you and your crew are captured, the government will deny ever knowing you. You know, your existence and everything. They will deny it flat out. So think about that.
Some, however, believe they were mounting internal tension within the group and they simply imploded. What is it?
This all just sounds like some kind of alternate reality. No, that sounds so normal for me because I watch a lot of TV and anime.
Well, it isn't. This is our reality, the only reality. These people are part of our world. Their battlefields aren't much different from our lives here. An unpredictable, unimaginable world. That's what makes it all so exciting.
Exciting definitely isn't the word I would use.
So, did anything jump out at you? This may be your last opportunity to learn about Fenrir.
Now that you mention it. The report said something about where the name Fenrir comes from, right?
That's right. It said Fenrir is the wolf of Ragnarok. Speaking of which, would you like to know something interesting related to that? To show that they're a member of the team, each soldier that joins the squad would get a tattoo representing Fenrir somewhere on their body.
What? They got a tattoo of Fenrir. Could that mean... Well, shit.
時間はありとあらゆる生物、物質、現象に地味ですが確実な攻撃を浴びせ続けているのです。
By the way, the voice who is doing Monokuma, I believe that is the voice of I believe that's the same voice of Doraemon and Son Goku. So I believe that's Nosawa Masako. We'll see in the credits to see if I'm right.
僕らは少しずつ着実にダメージを負っている。そのことをもっと自覚するべきなのです。というわけで時間ですよ。卓球裁判を始めます。
Thank you, Monokuma, for dropping the deepest pile of bullshit I've ever heard.
じゃあお前らはいつもの場所にさっさと集合してください。
Of course.
うぷぷ、また後でね。
Uh-huh.
Then the time has come.
All we have to do now is try to uncover the truth during the class trial.
It would seem that way. Let's go.
Cutscene to the max. So, from what I'm looking at, the trial is going to be a bit short, but there's going to be a bit of a twist in which I'm going to keep as bonus content. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to stop right here. And from how many bullets we have? We have 17. But I am going to drop a save like so. believe it or not, we're nearing the end of this. Oh, man. So, in the next part, we are actually going to start up the next to last class trial. And what are we going to find out? We'll find out next time on Danganronpa. And I'll see you in the next part. Bring your popcorn. Thanks for watching.